Hey, this is Vett and I'm rocking with DJ Pest.
DJ Pest.
This has been a long time coming. We've been trying to get this going for about 3
I
months.
know, my God. I know. I was like, when are we gonna get this going?
Yeah, yeah,
But it's okay. I get it. You're a busy man. You gotta do what you gotta do. And hey, I I know how it is when you're booked, constant, you're on the go. It's just like, hey, we gotta do content. It's business at the end of the day. So you
yeah.
gotta do you.
All right. So what I want to do is I want to use this conversation to get to know you.
Mhm,
I want to know what got you involved with modeling, how is modeling going, and what to look
mhm.
forward to in 2022 and beyond with Vet Dial and modeling. So
All right.
this is Vet Dial, everybody. Um, in Arizona, born and raised, or are you from somewhere else?
Born and raised here
Okay.
all my life.
Okay. Okay. So what got you into modeling?
Well, how it all started, I went to John Casablancas. It's a modeling and acting agency. So it's third party. I came across them. I connected with Janet Lovelace. She's a director. And she pretty much had a casting. I went there. It's very professional. You do a runway, you do a skit, a commercial, and then you also take professional photos of how pretty much you feel about it. So I did a 10-week course with them because it's a contract, so it's still schooling. And I'm looking at it like I might as well go to school and learn everything and do it very properly so I can be professional when I'm done with it. So it's like a 10-week course. I did the whole thing. I was so proud that I actually finished. That was like in 2016. And I got a certificate. I started connecting with instructors, what they've already been doing because they were already active and they already were teaching us how to grow. So why not tiptoe my feet into the water and like see see where it's gonna go from there. Um, I started doing lingerie, runway shows, lots of them. It was just runway content, just go. I won a all white Caribbean fashion show, which was great. It was only three models. I was one of the third out of all these other art. Well, I would say like fashion designers that I had like at least total of eight, and I can't believe it because you know how some people are not really. You know how usually they'll say, "Hey, I'm going to show up," and also they don't. You got to have a backup, but it's like you know what? Let the show begin. Let the show keep going. So that happened. We won my group, and I was very appreciated. And after that, I just started blooming. I started doing a lot of music videos. I've done over 32 music videos out here in Phoenix, Arizona.
How old were you again when this first happened?
When it first happened, I was at least 22,
Oh, okay.
and I just started growing. I just kept connecting, going to parties, which is so I can network. You have to go to these places so you know what you're doing.
Yeah.
And it just started tunneling from there.
Do you have any inspiration? Like, do you look at anybody and you're saying, okay, I'm
Oh, yes. The
okay,
person I actually look up to is Tyra Banks because
okay.
with I'm short. I'm only 5'2" of doing runway, and I'm glad it changed. It gives other women opportunity that you can do anything that you can do, just as much as the next tall woman. So I'm
Mm.
looking at it like, wow, like that just put my foot in the door.
Do you have any moments where you're looking at the scene in Phoenix and you're comparing it to other scenes? Is this a good pace? Is Phoenix good for modeling? Is it what's the pros and
I
cons?
would say it is good for your home base to grow and get yourself going. Now, if you're willing to market yourself somewhere else, you have LA, you got New York. It depends on where you want to go. High marketing.
Hmm. I'm looking at you and I'm seeing a lot of work being put in. And I actually thought the influence or maybe the hustle per se was from another. I thought you were from LA.
I get
Just
that a lot.
yeah, because it's just like you the way you're involved with modeling and the way that you move in your career in modeling, it has a very LA eccentric thing. I don't know a lot of people in Phoenix that's moving like you're moving. Respectfully, I'm not trying to step on anybody's
Right.
toes. Um,
Correct.
so are you traveling? Have you traveled outside of the state and did modeling work?
I wanted to, don't get me wrong. I went to I went to Texas to kind of test the waters and so forth because I don't want to just jump to something if I know it's not really there and I'm not going to get where I'm going to go because I need to be surrounded my circle, or sometimes it's not even a circle, for me to be safe. I'm secured, and on top of that, if there's a contract that is involved, because it's just professionalism at the end of the day. Because you can't just jump into anything, and also you don't know if it's going to go this way or that way. You're like, no, I need resources right here. Let's just go.
Yeah, because have you had any bad experiences where you're like, I used to work without, contracts and stuff, but because I've seen something happen so many times or something that was just so big that happened, you're like, contract from here on out for everything I'm doing because it has to stay professional?
The only reason I'm on that boat because MTV, they reached out to me due to I was a reference through a professional model.
Mm.
His name is David. Oh my God, Charles Davis. He's pretty known. He told me to kind of speak behind him and try to get him going. And MTV, they pretty much called me. I went through a casting, and they take care of you. Yes, you do sign a contract, and the contract is so real. And I try to tell people, I'm like, it's a bigger game out there, you guys.
Yeah.
It's so different.
Yeah.
Even though I get picked, I went for the experience, and I love that because I'm like, maybe I can learn something from it.
Mm-hmm.
Because being around those lights and learning other people, you're like, whoa, okay.
Yeah, it's a different
Now
life
I
for
see
sure.
where I'm going.
Yeah. We were supposed to do this interview, I would say November. That sound about right?
Yeah. That sounds about right.
Because I think we were talking about making
Oh,
you.
DJ.
Yeah, I think we were talking about you being model of the month again on my website. And I was like, no, I got a better idea. We can have an interview, we can have a sit down, and we can really do it. And then as that time was going, congratulations, but I found out you were pregnant.
Hey.
Yeah, and I just saw your baby reveal. You're having a girl, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, congrats.
My little girl.
But one thing I really want to talk to you about, because I knew that once we had this conversation today versus when we had it before, we were going to have a different topic to talk about. So, I'm still looking, and I'm still, checking up on Vett Dial and seeing what she has going on. And I'm proud of you because you're embracing the pregnancy in photo. You're not hiding away for 9 months and then you come back and everybody's like, well, where was she at? I had a baby. So talk to me about modeling pregnant.
Oh my God, it's actually a beautiful thing. It's like, I love to inspire the pregnant women that's out there. Don't ever feel about like your body and so forth. It's going to get back to it. You're going to snap back. Mm-hmm. If you know you have that passion and you've done it for years, just keep continuing with yourself. Don't shadow or hide, like you were saying earlier. Like you go and also you come back. You can't do that back and forth stuff. If you already done it, keep going. Show people you can still do it.
Yeah.
And they love it. They love the journey. They love the story. Like, hey, this is juicy. Mm-hmm. Like, just do it.
So after the baby, is it going to be mommy-daughter photo shoots? Like, how does your life move forward after the birth of your child?
I'm going to still continue because my little one's going to be a star.
When's your due date?
July 1st. Right around the corner.
I'm about to say that. That's right around the corner. I had to look up to check my mind in the calendar. Like, when is that? So what goals do you have, August 2022? What like soon as everything's good, you're back and you're medically able to really apply pressure. What's the first thing you're doing out the gate? What do you have to come back to get that you had to sit on the table for a second?
Bigger.
Okay.
Bigger.
Are you gonna show us your journey to getting that figure back in shape? Are you going to
I sure am.
Because you've been in the gym, and that's another thing I want to talk to you about. Because you in the gym now. I feel like you probably went to the gym right before this, or you're going right after this.
I'm going after.
Just talk to me about that. Like,
I'm just motivated. It's just in me.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm trying to find a description to describe your character and how you're going about doing this, but it's no breaks.
It's just in my mind. It's just I have to just do it.
Yeah.
It's just so natural. Some people have it and some people don't.
And you have it.
I believe so.
Okay. So
I do.
Is it competitive? Modeling in Phoenix, Arizona, is it competitive? Is there some toes you have to step on, or is everybody just so happy to be working with each other? I don't know about the modeling industry in Arizona, so I need help.
Personally, it is competitive, but people who I came across, everybody loves me. They respect me because they're like, wow, she's on her way or wherever she's going.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to just move aside. And she
Mm-hmm.
knows what she's doing.
Mm-hmm.
But I respect all models that are out here. They're grinding, they're doing this and that, but it depends on what type of model you are. There's certain categories. You got your IG models and you got your actual professional sign models. I'm a professional sign model because I went through an agency. John Casablanca is real.
What is an IG model? I never knew.
It's like more of, well, in my opinion,
Mm-hmm.
it's more like, hey, I got the new iPhone, this and that. I can snap this, I could do this. It's like you can go shopping, go your certain type of outfits, however you want to look,
Mm-hmm.
get your body done, whatever you want to do. And that's pretty much your image. And that's how they get hired on.
Is IG modeling entry level? Because when they get hired on and they get into a magazine, they become a published model, right?
They can,
Yeah,
yeah.
by terminology.
Mm-hmm.
So that's an IG model. What is a published model? When you say I'm a published model, what's the description of that?
That means you, oh my God, it's like, I know I've been published quite some time.
Mm-hmm.
It's more, in my terms, I would say I'm just more professional. I got signed on, I got a certification. And then I went from that and they see that. So that's going to be in my credentials. So they're like, we're just not getting anybody off the street. We're getting somebody that's real and did it and did the work.
I remember, let's just say 15 years ago, 10 years ago, I'll even go 5 years ago, where magazines were still the epitome of saying I'm a published model because you're on paper. We can scroll through
Mm-hmm.
and see. But in the world where internet is just, that's it, where does a published model go from here in
From there,
2022? Yeah, like do they still get you on the
I would tell
pages?
you this. You need to keep the content going from that,
Mm-hmm.
keep growing, and also say, get into articles. I've been an article, I've been the trendsetter
Mm-hmm.
for Fountain Hills. Like, you got to move around your photos.
Yeah.
But every time I get booked, I get paid for my time.
Yeah.
So, baby girl, I got to get paid.
When you were young and you're saying that your inspirations was, Tyra Banks, I don't think Tyra Banks was on a King magazine, but she was for sure on Sports Illustrated. So
Yes.
do you wish that still was a relevancy in today's time, or you just let it go like everybody else did, and now I'm just
Oh,
gonna
no, I think it's still relevant. Like, Meg Stallion, she got up on there and so forth. And I'm like, okay, Sports Illustrated, they're still
Mm-hmm.
doing their thing. So it's like, wow,
Is that a goal for you?
that's one of my goals. Yes.
Yeah. So how do you go about getting that as something that's checked on your list?
I would say more content, more photos, start reaching out, submitting to people that I'm supposed to,
Mm-hmm.
and seeing where it goes. You just got connections.
I'm really not vicariously, because I'm not a model. I'm not trying to be a model. But
Uh-oh.
with me being from Detroit, Michigan, I remember that, it was a lot of females that was doing this. This was before Instagram. And I moved over here. And when I moved over to Arizona, it was a different atmosphere. So I didn't know if I left the scene and that scene didn't exist here. But I'm looking at people like you, and I'm like, oh, it's still really a thing. This is still cracking.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just, I'm more so proud because I know sometimes you'll see somebody really, really moving up and they're really trying to make this happen, and then you'll just see them vanish off the face of the earth. And then it's like,
It's
now
so
what?
true. You're like, what happened? You were
Yeah.
doing great.
Yeah. So what?
That's the sad part. I'm
Yeah.
telling you, the industry, it's like, don't let the industry get to you like that. Just work.
Yeah.
You should know yourself and how you're going to maneuver it.
Yeah. So what discourages you and what keeps you inspired? Like, what sometimes just sitting like, I don't know if this is really going to work out for me, or, oh, this is really going great for me.
When that happens, is usually when people contact me. I have to get down to the details of when it comes to my booking.
Mm-hmm.
And if it's not the way how I expect it to be,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to have to move on to the next. And I'll keep it very firm and professional with them. And I don't know, I just keep a list.
Yeah.
That's what I do.
keep
If
a.
this is not gonna work, I'm gonna go to the next one.
What's the top 2 things on your I'm not doing list?
I'm not doing.
Yeah, like I can't. This is trash. I'm not doing this. Like, what's the top 2 things that's on that list for you?
I'm not doing no nudity.
Okay.
That's one of them. And the second one, don't ever try to get me in the sex industry.
That happens.
Don't do that.
Does that really happen?
It happens. Yeah. They're like, hey, you want to get into porn and all this stuff? You got
Wait.
me.
Like, let's talk about this. So you'll get a phone call for somebody, and are they asking for that outright, or you kind of got yourself into a situation and then it's not what you thought it was because they on some other stuff?
Yep, that's has happened.
That's happened. And who does that happen with? Because I know male photographers have a really bad stain on, like just saying male photographer already kind of has a stink to it. Is that really a thing, or it's just a stigma that's been put out from people that's not in the industry?
It's just from people. I would say it 50-50.
Yeah. So do female photographers sometimes bring out, I would say, the best out of working with you, or is it male photographers, or like what's the difference?
I majority mostly just worked with a lot of male photographers instead of females. That's just how I came across. I mean, I'll get like 1 or 2 females, but like very, very nice, outgoing, and hey, let's get to work. That's pretty much it.
In a world full of Vett dial photography, what's your favorite photo shoot?
Oh, I love the swimwear. I love it all. The sun has to be beaming. Got to get them sun rays.
What's the worst? Like, what's the one where it's like, oh, this didn't come out like I thought it would?
The world. Oh my God. Let me see. When I'm being rushed in and out so they can get the next model.
So this is more so about product placement. Yeah, so when you're doing, you're doing the summer photo shoots on the pool side or stuff like that, is that someone that created a line, a bikini line or something like that, and they need people to wear it, or is it a photographer trying to reach out to you and he just wants his or her portfolio to be bigger, so they reach out? Like, how does that work when you're getting called to do photo shoots?
It's majority for his portfolio. But I would tell him straight up, I'm like, if you're going to use my photos, I need to be published. I need to do something with my stuff. I said, I'm not here just to hang out. It's not a hangout, it's work at the end of the day. And I take it very serious. I'm like, hey, I'm gonna go get my hair done, my makeup done, my nails done. I'm looking at all that in detail.
So the photographer, when you go do these photo shoots, the photographer is supposed to have somebody there for hair?
No. I'll book my own stuff.
Okay.
For like my maintenance and so forth.
What would make a photo shoot become a rush thing and it's irritating for you?
Too many models that are booked at the same time.
And what does that look like? How many models?
I would say at least up to 20.
Ooh. And what's the time frame? What's it like? You got to get all these 20 models through in an hour and a half or something like that?
Like, hey, we're in and out. We're going. I'm like, I just got here. I'm trying to do this, do that, trying to do my touch-ups. Give me some time. I just drove here.
Yeah. So now it comes to the music videos. You're in music videos. How does that work? Is somebody looking for a whole line of models and they get booked, or is it like acting? Like what's modeling in music?
It's kind of like acting. If you already know like the music world and so forth, of what music's about, I know it's a lot of dancing, choreography, and sometimes people don't know how to dance. But me, I just go in and just kill it. It runs through my blood. So I'm like, hey, I tell them like, drop your music. I want to know what my cue is. So I'm practicing this stuff while they're already sending me the information. And I will give them my rate. You want me, here's my rate.
What's your rate?
It's $300 an hour.
Ooh, okay. Has it always been $300 an hour?
Not always. Before that, being where I'm at, I used to do $100 an hour.
Okay. Because I asked that because what made the rate go up?
My image.
I don't remember when I sent the friend request or how we became friends on Facebook. I really don't remember when the exact moment we followed one another on Instagram, but I do know I've seen you grow. I've seen you.
And then
grow.
like you put me on,
yeah.
Because model.
I was looking for people to be a part of it. I couldn't find many. You really stood out, And when I sent you the
I
questions,
appreciate that. Thank you.
yeah. And when I sent you the questions, you answered them. It was a good read, you know. So I wanted to get you back on there, and I'm going to get you back on there. But I just remember I was like, is she pregnant? And you know, you made the announcement, and I just didn't know, you know. I'm also proud of how headstrong you are, because a lot of women, I can't speak for women because, you know, I don't want to do that, but I just seen a lot of women be so entrenched and so happy with what they're doing, and then when they become pregnant, the self-esteem or whatever reason just takes them completely out. And once the baby is here, what I used to do as a thing of the past is not continuing. So like I said earlier, just to see you still doing photo shoots, and now I'm seeing the photo shoots, and it's the same color code and everything. It's just that you're doing it with the belly, you know. And because I thought that I was just gonna see headshots. I thought that you were gonna find a way to maneuver around it. But I'm proud of you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm really clapping.
Thank you. Hey.
Yeah, because that's good to see that. And now, yeah, and now, you know, to see you still continuing to do it, and now you're saying that you're creating a journey, and now people are watching you on your path. It's an amazing thing.
It is.
So, who do you want to work with once, you know, you get back fully Vett Dial 5'2" model crazy game? Like, who are you waiting to work with once everything is back on your terms and how you want to do it?
I actually want to book in advance and so forth. I'm actually just want to put out more new content. I want to just change everything up. You'll see.
Yeah, I was about to say, I want you to kind of say, but, you know, I think it's better if I just wait. You know, I think it's better if I just.
I want to say it, but I'm like, no, I'm gonna keep you guys off.
Give me a dose. You don't have to give me everything. Just an appetizer, something small of what you got planned once you get back into the game with the content.
I'll tell you this: more of a product behind me. Getting my name out there. Vett Dial Production. Let's go.
This is Vett Dial, ladies and gentlemen. You know what I'm saying? Somebody that's really something that you need to watch. It's a lot going on, man. Phoenix, Arizona. She repping for Phoenix, Arizona, born and raised. For the people that want to check up on you, where can they follow you at?
You can follow me up on Instagram, VettDial_. And you can also follow me on Facebook, which is Vett Dial Adams, which is, I try to put it the other way how I can, but no, they're like, no, we need your last name.
Yeah, they're gonna ask for that driver's license.
Facebook is Facebook.
Yeah, they're gonna ask for that driver's license. Like, oh, sucks. Lord. Yeah, but yeah, it was a pleasure. It was a pleasure talking to you.
You too. Thank you.
DJ Pest.
Ladies and gentlemen, the biggest internet radio station on the planet. Even the other radio stations are tuning in. Your choice, your music. YouChoiceRadio.com.